Hello lovely people, I just wanted to stretch. I've been sat here for about half an hour filming videos. Excuse the extended arms, but hello, welcome back to this channel. I hope you are all well. We are here to do another review video. This time we're talking about a brand new show I've never seen before, The Lion Witch and the Wardrobe. So if you want to know my thoughts and feelings on this show, stick around and we get into it in 2 whole seconds. So yes, a little bit of sarcasm was used in that intro. This is not my first rodeo seeing this show, but before we get into it, let's do the quick, hopefully 1-minute spiel about me and this channel and theatre shows, which is thus. For every show that I see, I like to do 2 separate videos, time and willing permitted. The first one is the Nervous Guide. The Nervous Guide was my last video. The Nervous Guide is everything you need to know about the show before you go. So that be sensory warnings, content warnings, age restrictions, running times, merchandise, view from my seat, the lot. Anything that might help going to see a show be a bit easier if you are like me and can occasionally get quite nervous to see a show. This second video we do is this one. This is the review. The review is always put in inverted commas because at the end of the day I'm in no way professional and I just like to talk about theatre, and sometimes I go along and can't have that initial coming out of a theatre, talking about the show, what I liked, what I didn't like, etc. So that is how these started. Now we got that out of the way, let's get into the review for this show. This was a brand new show for me, as I previously presented, and then I kind of laughed. Why? Because I have the programme. Up here I also have a leaf that fell from the stage onto my lap whilst it was at the Gillian Lynn in London. I counted on the journey to the theatre this afternoon. I was like, I'm sure I've seen this show about like 3 times, maybe 4. I counted. I've seen this, including today's trip, 7 times. So you may be able to guess, without getting any further into this video, I quite enjoy this show. Saying that, this show still has the magic, still has the joy and everything attached to this show that I had when I first saw it. Like initially when you are at that train station and the train comes out of nowhere, and still a joy, still a joy. And this time I was still seeing things that I'd never seen before, and for them ever since I saw this show for the first time, I've been trying to work out how certain illusions have been done, and to this day there's still about 3 things that happen I still don't know how they work. I think I have caught up with how one illusion is done, but I'm still not 100%. But to me this show is very much a safe space, a space where I don't need to think, I just have the whole story wash over me, and it's just a joy. Backstory, if you've never seen this show, this is a show with direction by Michael Fentman. It is a retelling of the classic C.S. Lewis story of the same name, which I have never read. It's always on my to-read list, and I have yet to get around to it. 2026 goal, I know I said that, but it's going to be here before we know it. 2026 goal is to read The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. There, I've said it. It's out there now. I have to do it. This show brings magic, illusions, and most importantly, in my eyes, actor musicians. We all know how I feel about an actor musician show, and this one is just an absolute joy to watch everyone on that stage take on sometimes a multitude of musical instruments. Just brilliant. Like, there is one character that has about 4 different musical instruments throughout his time on the stage, and I just love it. I love actor musician. The set and costume is done by Tom Paris. It's still a joy to sit and watch, especially when it comes to the introduction of the variety of animals. I still to this day want one of the hats with the bunny ears. It's my dream. Would I find anywhere to wear it? No, but I'd have them. Yeah, just I love everything about the set and the costumes and everything. I feel like some of the costumes have been slightly changed, but at the end of the day they are pretty much the same as every other time that I've seen this show. And I also enjoy the use of lighting in the stage at certain points, as well as the lighting above to highlight different things and different people at the correct times. Lighting design has been done by Jack Knowles, and it works excellently alongside the set and costumes and everything. Love it. The music in this show has been composed by Barnaby Race and Benji Bauer. This music, 7 times on, still has me in a chokehold. I am still begging for the time that they release the music. I'd take it as an EP. I'd take it as not having the entire music and just like a few songs. If I could have When There Is Spring, which is such a beautiful song, maybe like Myra the Gift Giver and the bow song, like the encore song, I take those 3. But the music in it is just beautiful. It flows throughout the show. Most of it is played on stage by the actor musicians, and I just absolutely love it. Moving on, let's talk cast. Now the cast for this show is pretty much brand new. There are a few people in this cast which did it at the Birmingham Rep, which was Christmas 23, I think. Yes, Christmas 23, January 24. So there was a few familiar faces, but for the most part this cast was new, which is exciting. We had 2 understudies on. We had understudy on for Peter, who was Shane Anthony Whiteley, who is actually one of the people who did it at the Rep, so it was nice to see him again. Shane usually takes on the role of Morgrim, so then Morgrim had to be covered as well. Morgrim was then done by Luca, hopefully I pronounce this name and don't butcher it, Moscardini. That's how it looks phonetically, and that's where I'm going to leave my hat. The power that Luca used throughout that fight scene was insane. Like, he was bounding and powerful, very powerful. If you don't know this show and you don't know who Morgrim is essentially like the chief guard and protector of the White Witch, and is depicted kind of as a dog, I would assume, and therefore moves around the stage basically on a raised all fours, in that his legs on the ground but then his arms are in, I want to say crutches, but not fully crutches, but he bounds around the stage. Just the power that Luke had in that or in those moments as Morgrim was very impressive. It was really fun to see Shane again, and this time taking on Peter, because I believe I had him as Morgrim at the rep. Whilst we're on the Peverances, let's talk about the other three, Lucy, Edmund and Susan, whose names are going to be down here so I don't butcher them. They were all brilliant. They worked excellently together, and they very much worked as a familial unit. You felt the squabbling, you felt the fights, you felt that they were this family that had been took away from everything they know and sent to Scotland and were told to protect each other. You felt that bond, and it was really fun to watch. A few other mentions: we have Andrew Davison, who amongst other characters plays one of my favourite characters every time I see the show, hands down, which is Head Cruel. Andrew is also in charge of Please Hold, Mr. Wilson, Schrodinger, Jack the Rabbit, Aslan Puppeteer, as well as being Fight Captain and Head Cruel. There's something about, however, the character of the Head Cruel that I just love with all my heart. And Andrew did a perfect job at this role. It was nice to see a different person doing it, but it was also nice to have that kind of familiarity. However, trying to suggest everyone should go to the spring party was amusing. Speaking of highlights, I also wanted to mention a few other characters and people that I enjoyed. One being the one, the only Mr. Beaver. Mr. Beaver in this production is played by Ed Thorpe. Every Mr. Beaver I've seen has been completely different from each other. This one was a bit more bashful than others that I've seen. But yeah, it's another of my favourite characters, and Ed did a fantastic job. We also have the good and the evil to mention. Evil being the White Witch. The White Witch in this production is played by Katie Stevens. I really enjoyed Katie's portrayal of the witch. At the end of Act 1, the White Witch has her moment of like, bam, I'm fully here. She does something magic. That's all I'm gonna do with my hand. And as she goes into her final position for the end of Act 1, she does this fantastic, powerful, calling every evil character to battle kind of speech. It's always been a powerful moment in the show. However, for some reason, I don't know if it was a Katie decision or a new way of taking this moment decision, but there is a little bit of a songy, chanty element to the way that Katie did this speech, and I really enjoyed it. It was different to everything I've seen previously, but it just worked really well, and I really enjoyed that moment. Yeah, it was fantastic. And the final person I have down to talk about is the ultimately best person, best creature of Aslan. Aslan this time has been taken by Stanton Wright, whose speaking voice, if he ever feels like doing like audible reading, oh, the speaking voice alone was like butter. I just like, talk to me some more. Speak to me all the time, Aslan. But in all seriousness, Stan did a great job as Aslan. Again, I've seen multiple portrayals of this very powerful character, and Stanton to do his own thing, and I really, really enjoyed it. There we go. That is all I need to say. If you haven't worked out, I still love this show. From the moment I stepped into that auditorium and I saw the set, I was like, it just felt like I was back home. The magic was still there, the story is still a great story, the music in it is still literally beautiful. I just would 100% recommend to anybody, go and check this show out. Its tour continues until the 11th of January at the Lowry. I think it's got about 4, 5, maybe a few more stops. I will leave the website down below for you to check out and book your tickets through. But yeah, it is still one of my favourites, and I'm so glad that I had the chance to see it again after a while. But let's leave it there, because I could talk incessantly at you about this show, but we haven't got the time. All that's left to say then is thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you come back for more theatre-based content soon. Other than that, I'm going to say thank you very much. I love you all lots. I hope you come back. And finally, we have so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye. Bye.